Hi guys, this next section deals with compound probability. Included in this are going to be dependent and independent probabilities. So number 9, a magic 8 ball is an advice-seeking and fortune-telling toy. After asking the ball a yes or no question, the user turns the ball upside down to reveal one of the following unique 20 answers. Answers with a white background are positive, answers with a light gray background are undecided, and answers with a dark gray background are negative. And they put the outcomes here in a chart for you. So if Tessa asks the magic 8 ball 2 questions, find each probability. That it's going to be positive both times. Remember, with compound probability, you find the probability of each event, multiply them together, and then reduce. So there are 10 possible outcomes out of 20 outcomes. So 10 out of 20 times 10 out of 20 is going to be 100 over 400, which simplifies into 1/4. On B, the probability that it's undecided both times, there are 5 light gray sections, which mean they're undecided. So 5 out of 20 times 5 out of 20 is 1 out of 4. Then on C, we want the probability that it's going to be positive, and then the probability that it's going to be negative. The probability that it's going to be positive is 10 out of 20, and the probability that it's going to be negative is 5 out of 20. When you multiply those together, you get 50 out of 400, which simplifies into 1/8. On D, we want the probability that we're going to get don't count on it, and then positive. Don't count on it is only on there once, so that's 1 out of 20. And then positive, again, is 10 out of 20. So 1 out of 20 times 10 out of 20 is 10 out of 400, which is 1 out of 40. On number 10, if a die is rolled 3 times, what is the probability of getting a 2 on the first roll and an odd number on the second roll and a number less than 5 on the third roll? So the probability of getting a 2 is 1 out of 6. The probability of getting an odd number is 3 out of 6. And the probability of getting a number less than 5 is 4 out of 6. So when you multiply those all together and simplify, you get 1 out of 18. Number 11, a pop quiz contains 5 true or false questions. If Emily guesses, what is the probability that she gets all 5 correct? So if they're true or false, it's 1 out of 2. This occurs 5 times. So 1 half times 1 half times 1 half times 1 half times 1 half is 1/32. So on number 12, we have a bag containing the letters of the word Pennsylvania. A letter is drawn, replaced, then another is drawn. What is the probability that the first letter is an N or an A, and the second letter has a vertical line of symmetry? Since it says replaced, this is independent probability. So that means that our denominator is going to stay the same here. So number 12, there are 5 N's and A's out of 12 total letters. So the probability of drawing an N or an A is 5 out of 12. And then the second probability is that it has a vertical line of symmetry, and that means if you drop a vertical line through it, it will be the same on both sides, which would be the V, the A, and the I, and there are 2 A's. And the Y also has a vertical line of symmetry. So that is also 5 out of 12. So 5 out of 12 times 5 out of 12 is 25 out of 144. Number 13, the varsity basketball team has won 15 out of their last 16 games, and the junior varsity team has won 6 out of their last 10 games. What is the probability that both teams win their next game? So the probability for varsity is 15 out of 16. The probability for JV is 6 out of 10. When you multiply those together and reduce, you get 9 out of 16. On number 14, a box containing 2 red crayons, 6 blue crayons, 5 green crayons, and 9 yellow crayons, 3 purple crayons. A crayon is drawn at random, not replaced, then another is drawn. Find each probability. So here, this is dependent because it says not replaced. That means after the first situation or event, then you have to remove whatever you've been talking about so that you can find out your second probability. So here we have 25 total crayons. So the probability that we're going to pull yellow is 9 out of 25. Then, however, for the second probability, since it's not replaced, we remove a yellow crayon. That means we only have 24 total crayons now, and 5 of them are green. So 9 out of 25 times 5 out of 24, when you reduce that, is 3 out of 40. On B, we want the probability that they're both blue. So we start off with 6 out of 25, but after the first event, we have to remove a blue crayon. So now we have 5 out of 24 crayons. So 6 out of 25 times 5 out of 24, multiply it together and simplify, and you get 1 out of 20. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.